Hello, it's Lianne Phillipson coming to you from Sprout Right headquarters. How are you doing today? I'm just going to hang on a minute and see if anybody jumps on, and also Facebook can just take a couple of minutes to get everything put together to have it live so that you can actually see it in your stream. So I'm coming to you from a bit of a cloudy Toronto. It's every now and then the sun peeks through, and then I end up kind of lighting up. So if that happens, then the sun has actually come up, which is quite lovely. We haven't really seen the sun for a little bit. I used to live in England for about 15 years, and there are times when I feel like I'm in England again because it's just so cloudy. Anyway, so we've got a couple of people jumped on. So let's get started. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Lianne Phillipson. I'm a registered nutritionist. I'm the author and the founder of Sprout Right. So today I want to talk to you about crackers. Over the past few weeks, I've been talking about different foods and kind of how to choose what it is that is good for you and your family. So I want to make sure that as you're going shopping, that there's a few key things that you can look out for on the ingredient list, looking at those labels. Now in Canada, what's happening now is that the labeling laws are changing over time. Now we've just had recently in restaurants, we now have a calorie count next to most of the dishes that you're ordering. And I was with my networking group last night, and one of my colleagues in the networking group, she said, we went to this restaurant and they've got all the calories on the menu now. I would love it if they also put sodium and sugar, amount of sugar in a lot of these dishes on there as well. But my colleague said, I normally just order this chicken sandwich or a wrap or something like that. And she said, it was more calories than poutine. I love poutine. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it is fries drowned in gravy and cheese curds on top. So sodium count off the charts and potential for so many calories too. So with that, she said, I kind of just thought I might as well order the poutine. She didn't, so she had the more protein-rich sandwich or the wrap she chose, but she was shocked. So I think it's great for education, and anything that helps you make a better decision is always a good thing. So because today I'm going to talk about crackers, I'm not going to say bad things about anyone. I don't want to do that. I just want to help you to choose the best that you possibly can. If you want to type in anything, tell me what your favorite cracker is. If I don't cover it in the video with the products that I've got sitting here, then I can definitely bring that up and then give you a little bit more information. So feel free to type in, give me some feedback and things like that. So let's jump into some of the products. So I do take some time to go through the supermarket, and I ask on Facebook every week. So if you are part of Sprout Right's Facebook group, just look out for those posts. I'm asking questions about what is it that you love, and we had a couple of people this week, about 3 or 4 people this week, that noted down what their favorites were. So let's get started because I don't want to make this video too long. So one of the crackers that somebody mentioned that they're eating as the mum, not their kids, is a gluten-free version. So this is Glutino. This was available in Loblaws, which was great. So they do have a fantastic gluten-free section. These crackers are looking quite seedy and lovely, so they caught my eye. And these are just sea salt. Really, with all the crackers, I stuck to pretty much just salt or one low salt. I didn't go for, the rosemary and herb or any of things like that, because that ingredient list was massive. So just to keep up with a few numbers, and I'll compare them as I go along too, because otherwise those numbers just get they hurt your head after a little while. So on this part of the label here is where I'm looking at. So at the top here, Health Canada is going to make this much more simple soon, hopefully. So just here is where you want to get the information from. You've got this piece here, which gives you a lot of information, and then the ingredient list. So you can see this ingredient list is a little bit on the longer side. So per 7 crackers, that's what it says, or 19 grams, because every cracker is a little bit different in weight. There's 85 milligrams of salt. Now I'm concentrating a little bit more on salt to do with these, because in the past when I've talked about granola bars, or when I talked about pop and all the different drinks. Had some great questions from a 10-year-old about, should I drink Gatorade or not? That's one of the other Facebook Lives that if you just scroll down, you'll find. There I talked a lot about sugar. So with this, then we've got a lot more information about salt would be something, and then also what is the main ingredient. So is this a whole grain cracker, or is this really not ever so nutritious? So this one has a lot of seeds in it, and it's made with gluten-free flour, so rice flour. And for 7 crackers or 19 grams, it is 85 milligrams. It does also have brown sugar in it, which I was a bit surprised about. Some crackers do, some crackers don't. So again, read your labels. Depends on what your goal is for what you're eating right now. So that was one that someone mentioned, which I thought was worth talking about. These wheat thins were also another one that someone mentioned that they like to buy, and they keep on they keep up with that. So in this, again, for 13 crackers, which is about the same, about 21 grams, so it's about the same as the Glutino, there is 110 milligrams versus 85. So a bit of a difference between those two. And in this one, there's not only sugar, but also high fructose corn syrup. I've talked a lot about high fructose corn syrup when it comes to checking out your soda pops, your traditional soda pops. There's some new ones on the market which have real sugar in them. My kids last week did a great Soda Stream video, and what they're doing with the Soda Stream, they were really quite funny. It was their first time. They think they're internet stars now because they did that, so it's really funny. So so do check that one out as well. So high fructose corn syrup is not something that I tend, if I see that on a label, then I do tend to leave it on the shelf. Start to kind of read some of the things that you already have in your home too. So these were the wheat thins that someone said that they do enjoy. Then somebody else mentioned that they have these vegetable thins. I remember as a child, I used to love eating these ones. A friend of mine always had these at her house, and they just look so tasty, and they've got vegetable on the label, which is just awesome. So you think, okay, great, so I'm doing a really good job. And kids tend to go for these, and they're a nice salty little snack and all of those kind of things too. So so in these, really important to read this label. So let's see if you can kind of have a little bit of a look here. That's a fairly long list. And for 14 crackers, there's 200 milligrams, so about the same weight as the Glutino for 7 of these crackers. So 19 grams, 20 grams per weight. So if you take out a scale and put them both onto a scale, you need 14 crackers to weigh about the same as 7 crackers of these. 85 milligrams in the Glutino, of sodium. 85 milligrams of sodium in the Glutino, 200 milligrams in here. So a much, much heavier on the salt side of things for a product like this. And again, you're going to read your labels, you're going to look for these things. Doesn't really matter. I've got a wide variety of products here just to show you, not dissing anyone at all, just saying, have a read. So sometimes you might want something that's a bit saltier, or like, oh my gosh, these are just my favorites, so I'm going to do this for one box, and then I'm going to, maybe try and get something else the next time you go shopping. And it doesn't mean that they're on the blacklist. It just means that you're really learning about what you're buying. So another thing which I noticed with this is, again, high fructose corn syrup and also some sugar, but really surprised that there was MSG, or monosodium glutamate, in this. Now, MSG was really, talked about a long time ago to do with Chinese food. So there was MSG, and sometimes people would have MSG and they just would not feel great. So headaches are associated with that, nausea, dizziness, aches, pains. You just feel a little weird. So if that does happen to you, then look out on the ingredient list again for what for any MSG, and that goes for any product. It doesn't matter what it is. Go for any product. And when you're looking at, there are a few other names for MSG, so perhaps I'll do another post on this at some point too. So really, again, just you gotta read your labels. Okay, so Triscuits. Anybody love the Triscuit? I have to say, I looked on Triscuits website. They have got fantastic ideas for what to put on top of their crackers. I just wanted to go make them all. It made me instantly hungry. I was so impressed. What a fantastic resource for making some really quick little snacks for, even if it's after school, the kids might love that. I absolutely loved it. So these newer, as far as I'm aware, these low sodium ones, what a difference. So I've got a few things to say about this. And again, you got to read your labels. So this product, can I just show you? That is the ingredient list. So it may not zoom in to exactly read it. However, I'll read it for you a little bit more. Whole grain wheat. It's got vegetable oil and sea salt. 3 ingredients in this cracker versus 10 or more in another cracker. And remember, those ones that have the flavor, there was a balsamic vinegar version or something like that. I stayed away from those just because they typically have a much larger ingredient list because they have to make up the flavoring in some way. So they have 3 ingredients. It's whole grain, which makes a big difference. Got a lot more nutrition in there. For every 4 crackers, much heavier with these, 35 milligrams of sodium. Now the regular Triscuits have 110 milligrams. I snapped a picture of that last night while I was in Loblaws. So big difference. 35 milligrams of sodium in this low salt Triscuit, which I've been told, again, by my colleagues last night, we were talking about this in my networking group, that they taste just as great. Because if you're going to put some cheese on it or something like that, then it's quite salty. And again, versus 200 milligrams of sodium. Now, why am I going on about sodium? What does it matter? And especially if you're giving these to your kids, you think, well, that's okay. It's going to work through their system. Over time, salt stiffens the blood vessels, really can increase blood pressure, which you don't typically associate with children. However, we're talking about what's happening now and throughout the rest of their lives. Increases the risk of heart attack, of stroke, and heart failure. Now, what that means is not necessarily that your heart's going to stop straight away. Heart failure is damage to the heart. And interestingly enough, this is something that I had to learn a lot about because my mother died last year of congestive heart failure associated with chemo that she had for her cancer. So it damaged her heart so badly that that's what they wrote on her death certificate. So being aware that the heart can be damaged at different times is important to know. So it's just wherever you can to lower the amount of sodium. And also it puts a massive amount of stress on bones. So if you want strong bones, strong teeth, lower that sodium. So here's just a couple more. These ones tend to be quite popular. I've eaten these many times in the past. So for about the same amount, for about 4 crackers, 150 milligrams of salt in these Breton crackers, a little bit of sugar in it, but again, 35 milligrams in the Triscuits for the same amount. I was pleasantly surprised, and I just loved looking through all the different Triscuit products because I hadn't bought them for such a long time because I didn't realize. I thought they were all extremely salty. Now, lots of people mentioned these in the Facebook stream as well, just to say these are crackers that I love. These, I have to say, are a firm favorite with me. I always have these. These super seed ones are a favorite as well. I just love that there's so many seeds in them. So for 13 crackers, that's 30 grams. So that's a little bit higher than all of the other ones comparatively. There is 200 milligrams of salt. So not a mathematician, but I'd probably say around about 150 milligrams to compare. So a little higher on the saltier side. However, they do state that some of the fat on the side, if you're comparing fats, come from a lot of the seeds as well. So it is a sea salt that's in here. But really, all the ingredients is some grains, so quinoa, and what else have they got on here? Hang on a second, other side. Brown rice, organic quinoa, organic pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, sesame seeds, poppy seeds, water sea salt, and seaweed, black pepper, and herbs. So although it's slightly longer, that ingredient list there, so you've got to read it, not just look at how many words are there. The quality of the ingredients that are in here, to me, speak, lots more nutrients, a variety of nutrients. I'm getting a lot more from all the different seeds and the grains that are in this. Another firm favorite that I've eaten for a very long time is Crunchy Bag. Mary's started off just calling them sticks and twigs, and then they didn't know where to put them in the supermarket, so they changed them to calling them pretzels. So these are again sea salt. There's curry flavor that they do. Again, didn't compare those. I kept to just pretty much the same kind of thing. and really slightly higher sodium in this than the actual crackers. These I make a lovely, lovely dip, super simple. Goat's cheese, you know, the goat's cheese logs that you can buy. I go and buy those. I put them in a container and I just add in garlic and maple syrup and I stir, do it to taste. There is, I believe there's a recipe on the blog. Delicious. And that with those Mary's crackers are so, so great to take anywhere. If you've got, you know, friends that you're going over to on a Saturday night, or just gathering of friends, or just need a lovely snack for yourself at lunchtime, then I'd suggest giving that one a go. So let me know if there's any crackers of yours that you love that I've missed out and you need some information on. Again, when you're going to the supermarket, just read those labels, do a quick comparison, have a look at, in a product like this, like I said, I'm looking more at sodium, not so much at sugar like I did with the granola bars and the pop and those kind of things, because those typically are higher in sugar. So this is a place to be checking out the sodium. Whether you have high blood pressure or not, it's just good to know what's going on. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in. There'll be more to come, and even if there's something in particular that you would like me to concentrate on, a particular food group or something that you're buying all the time, pasta sauce, pasta, you know, all of those kind of things, what on earth is there out there that I could try to be different? How can I improve what I'm offering to my family and also to my kids? Because a lot of these crackers, adults, the parents are giving these to their children, so it's really good to know what it is that's going into the foods that you think are okay for your kids to be having. So shoot me off an email at info@sproutright.com. Got loads more information on the blog as well, and then also a lot more to come. And this will go in the newsletter that goes out tomorrow, which is Thursday. And if you don't receive our newsletter, you need to, because I do talk an awful lot about things. And I can also see you, well, hear me, I guess, and I'll do a Facebook Live on Friday as well when I'm on live radio with Jerry Agar. So take good care and keep on reading those labels. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.